I'm Greg Stewart.
And I'm Brent Glasgow, and welcome to iHoops.
iHoops is the Peoria Journal-Star's online show dedicated to Illinois high school basketball. I cover the big schools, the 12 schools in the Mid-State 6 and Mid-Illini conferences, along with Galesburg and LaSalle, Peru.
I cover everything else, the entire 54-team small school Journal-Star beat.
Together, each week, we'll bring you the best and brightest of Illinois high school basketball right here at pjstar.com. It's really cold outside, but the high school season is heating up. Big story this week are the release of the first state rankings of the new year. AP state rankings came out Wednesday with the Journal-Star area well represented. Class 2A, we have preseason number 1, Peoria Manual back on top in the polls. The Rams received 10 of 16 first place votes and are top ranked in Class 2A. Here's what Rams coach Derek Booth has to say about that state ranking. Coach, how do you feel about your position on top of the poll?
You know, I learned a long time ago from Coach Van that we don't put too much stock into rankings. You know, we haven't talked about rankings here during practice or anything amongst the team. And you know, Coach Van always said the games still have to be played. So, and you know, it's an honor to be thought of by others being number 1, but we don't put too much stock in it. You know, we still got to work hard. We know internally we have a long way to go to get to where we want to be.
Well, while I certainly understand that attitude toward the team must take there, what do you think it means to the school and the community, Manual basketball fans of the past, to know that the Rams are back on top, at least in the poll?
Well, it's definitely gratifying for the fans and to see the Manual ranked number 1. You know, they always expect Manual to be number 1, regardless of who's on our roster, regardless of who plays for us on Friday nights. Our fans expect Manual basketball to win, and we realize that.
Hey, the state rankings came out this week, and Manual is ranked number 1 in the state in Class 2A. Coach Booth doesn't want to make a big deal about that, but what does that mean to the guys on the team to be number 1 in the state right now?
To the team, I mean, we used to it from last year, you know, but this year we want to make it mean we want to end the season number 1 instead of going through the season number 1, end it.
And coming in at number 2 this week, 13-0 Peoria Christian. Their last 2 wins, a 21-point beating of a very highly regarded Putnam County team, and then a 5-point win over IVC on Tuesday night. Billy Molinari had 32 points in that one. And this is a team that just finds ways to win games and obviously impressed the statewide riders quite a bit with their State Farm Holiday Classic Championship. And here's what Peoria Christian coach Jay Brewer had to say about what the number 2 ranking in the state means to him and his program.
To have that recognition, that's pretty fun, especially, you know, for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. But the reason why it doesn't matter is because we still have to go work and we've got a lot to do, and so we're appreciative of it. I think the guys would say, I know that I'm humbled by it. But the season's not over, so that means we got to continue to build the mentality, and these guys are doing a great job with it. And you know, we won tonight, so it might be a little easier to say, but people got their money's worth, and that is a fun high school basketball game.
Brent, what I find interesting about these 2A rankings is you look at them, you have 6 unbeaten teams in the poll, 17-0 Nashville at number 4, 14-0 Seneca at number 6, 16-0 Massac County at number 8. These are traditional powers in small school basketball, all unbeaten. Yet the state voters put a 12-5 Manual team on top of the poll. And to me, that really speaks to the mystique that program has and the respect that it has around the state.
All right, also in 2A this week, Olympia comes in at number 12. Matt Fromm has looked great for the Spartans this season. They also impressed the State Farm tournament, coming in 3rd place in the small school bracket. We also have Princeton in at number 14 this week. The Tigers 8-17 last season, but so far 13-1 with their only loss coming in overtime. IVC is in at number 20 this week. The 10-4 Gray Ghosts, they're getting healthy. Coach Jim Thornton is very happy with how the team is playing defense as of late. They didn't play their best Tuesday night against Peoria Christian, but came within a few plays of knocking them off. Also getting a vote this week, Bureau Valley, the 11-5 Storm. They have 3 players scoring in double figures so far this season: Austin Peterson, Alex Franklin, and Tyler DeVinny. And then we go to the 1A rankings, where that Putnam County team sitting well at number 4, Kevin Fay and Anthony Ehlers. Great seasons for both of those guys for Putnam County. The Panthers have 3 losses this season to Seneca, Peoria Christian, and Princeton. If you combine those teams together, 41-1 this season, so that says a lot about the quality of Putnam County. Ethan Westard has excelled for Brimfield. They're in at number 11 this week, and they have won 14 straight after losing their season opener at Abingdon. And also getting votes this week, Woodland, Midland, Lewiston, and Roanoke Benson all getting votes, and all of them look to keep the momentum going here in the second half of the season.
Also in the Class 3A rankings, we have good representation for Journal Star area schools. Washington comes in at number 6, moving up 1 from their preseason rank. The Panthers are 9-3 right now and are playing well. They had a big win last Friday over Limestone, where senior Dyreka Sims Edwards had a fantastic game, maybe the best game of his career. He put up 28 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He is uncommitted, but is turning some heads on the collegiate ranks, and I'm sure the recruiters will be showing up at Washington with more and more frequency this year. One spot back is the Limestone team that Washington defeated at number 7. Rockets are 12-2, up from their preseason rank of number 10. Coach Dan Sparrow has the Rockets playing at high-intensity, high-octane offense. Super sophomore Donovan Stewart leads the offense there. Incidentally, Donovan should go over 1,000 points either tonight at Morton or next week, about 45 games into his high school career. Demarius Summerall and Marius Lobdell have also been big factors for the Rockets. And then we have Richwoods ranked at number 9. The Knights are 11-3 right now, coming off a weekend loss to Notre Dame, but they should regroup. They have a big game against Moline on Saturday. Moline won the Pekin Holiday Tournament, knocking off Limestone and Washington there. So there's a big matchup statewide in those ranks. No one in the Class 4A poll from the Journal Star area this week. But overall, I think we have, what, Brent, 12 teams represented in the 4 polls this week, so it's looking good for playoff possibilities for JS area schools. Next, we have an interview for you with former Manual coach Dick Van Syock. Coach Van had won 826 games in his 44-year career at Manual, but Van will be passed soon by Steve Gores at Rockford Boylan and Gene Pingatore at Westchester St. Joe as the state's all-time wins leader. Last week, we caught up with Coach Van and talked to him about that, and here's that interview.
Both of them are great guys. I'm for either one of them. In fact, I'm for both of them. I'm not sitting here worrying when it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And when I got into that thing and got up there where they was talking to me about Coach Trout and Coach Evelyn and Coach Fletcher and fellows like that I was chasing, I couldn't believe it. I was in the group with those group of guys, and to know that I'm still going to be there regardless of what happens down the line. I look back on maybe I should have stayed in a couple more years. If I'd been going for a record, I certainly wouldn't have walked away in '94 when we had all those guys coming back that won the state championship for me.
Well, that's the end of our first show. Hopefully you've enjoyed the inaugural voyage of iHoops. Check back every week here at pjstar.com, and hopefully we'll bring you news, insights, analysis, and interviews with the best boys basketball players and coaches in Illinois. Thanks for watching.